Hey guys, what is going on? Today's video is going to be on how to do a European mount with your bear or any really small animal. I kind of cheated a little bit. I started yesterday, but the steps are pretty easy. Basically, take off the entire skin, all the muscle that you can. First boil is basically just break up all of the extra fat and tissues and stuff like that. And then basically what I did is I took a little knife and I cut all the excess stuff that I couldn't originally. And then a lot of people like to pressure wash the skull, but I mean, I just take a knife to it and I kind of nitpick and I do this and that. So it's a product that you can just kind of lay down and do it at your own pace. But basically the second time that I boiled it, I'm boiling it actually right now, I'll show you in a second. Majority of the actual like tissue and everything is off the bear. So this last step right now is just to boil it. Or sorry, the second last step I guess, is to boil it, get all the fat and everything like that out of it. What you'll notice too is you'll notice that a lot of the teeth will start to come out and try and come out. That's fine, try and remember where they came from if you can. If not, it's not a really big deal. All you have to do is just glue it back in the skull, back in the little tooth holes there, little tooth cavities. For the European mount, all you'll need is your mount if you're doing it that way. Rock side, 3 to 4 should be good. I like to basically just have it just so it covers the skull. We'll take you inside and see how it's going. Alright, so the mount that we're working with today is called the Skull Hooker. I might get monetized for saying that, but it's a mini hooker, XL or XS. That's what it says. It says mini hooker right there. It's that's what it is. Small deer, pronghorn, bear, cougar, and other small animals. Okay, so we're working with like small deer and... Alright, so I'm assuming that that's going to be the top skull and then that's going to be the lower jaw. Like I said earlier, don't worry if the teeth start coming off. Before you do your second boil, you can actually probably rip the lower and top jaw apart. It's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, so as you can see here, it is starting to come apart. So yesterday I left it on for about 10 to 20 minutes just to let it deteriorate. I think it's been on for about, I want to say 10 minutes again. So I'm going to give it another like 5 minutes and then start picking at it and see what I can get off with the water. Okay, well that's going on. So I guess I'll just do a little bit of a review on the Skull Hooker. Alright, so there is there. And bring some screws here. If I leave it, there's that. This looks a little more complicated than I thought. Actually, no, hold on, I'm just bottom there, and I believe that just hooks in like that. It's probably your swivel. Yeah, it's just slide in. So I guess whatever angle you want it at. So that's the... Is it really that easy to take off? I think that goes like that. So the flat edge goes at the bottom like that. These are really long screws. Oh, okay, never mind. Because those screws are for the back. Okay, I was gonna say a little big. So how did I say I wanted them? Like that, I believe. Just like that. And then turn that. I think that's how it goes. It doesn't really look right. I don't understand this. I'm gonna do the top part. So you'll see there's an opening right there. Hopefully you can see that. So okay, so they gave you this one right here, right? Which is fine, whatever. So try and tighten it as much as I can. But then, okay, so they give you that one, right? And then they give you this little guy. That swivels. I kind of like that little finishing, you know, that little shine. Basically what we're gonna try and do is just try and take off as much as we can from the inside here, as well as the rest of this neck and a bunch of this junk. There are two bones actually back here by the neck area. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a zoologist on this. I don't know what bone this would be, but there's two in here. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray as much as we can and then cut whatever we can. Try and cut as much as we can out. Alright, this last couple steps, basically what you want to do is you want to take the bone and just kind of inspect and see, you know, if there's any more little parts that need to be taken out. This side is actually pretty good. Really, like in between the cracks right here are kind of where you want to get at. Let's take a look at this big main part here. And yeah, as you can see, there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be done, but we'll work through it. The brain is still in here for some unknown reason because I decided apparently that we need to take it out, so it should all just fall out once you get it loose. Yeah. Alright, so she is pretty much good to go. I have the skull over here. Okay, so now that we got that all out of the way, what you'll need is your peroxide. And then we'll let it sit for about 10 hours or so. Or you can put it in, go to work, and then not worry about it for the rest of the day. It'll be fine. Just not enough.
Okay.
Just not enough. So he told me that I have to make sure that all the bubbles on the inside of the skull, so I'll put that there for a sec.
I wonder maybe, Ryan, if I give you the big roast pan.
It's the same volume of water though. And that is pretty much it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Alright, so we let the head there sit in overnight for about, I think 12 hours, probably close to like 10-ish hours, but we'll see how she turned out. My grandma cheated a little bit. Where is she?
I never cheated.
You did.
I wasn't.
You looked before we did.
Well, I just was so impressed with you last night. I had to look and see what your work was like. How is that, son? Grandson?
Alright, let's see. That is pretty freaking awesome. It's pretty freaking sweet.
He's as white as grandma. You got my last name.
Oh, I have a cut. It's not funny, Grandma. Grandma, it's not funny.
Oh, that is so
Grandma, it's not funny. Hey. It's not funny.
Alright, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the final product.
Alright, appreciate you guys watching the video. We'll see you all later.